Hey YouTube, this is Matthew Morgan coming back with another video. I have to explain this because it seems as though a lot of religions done taught this wrong. Certain religions tell you only our faith is going to heaven, only our faith is going to heaven. Nah. Uh, Christians teach only Christians are going to heaven. Anyone else who's not a Christian, you're not going to heaven. Muslims believe that only our kind's going to heaven and all white people, God's going to send them to hell. Not quite sure what Jews believe. But here's the thing people need to realize again. Jesus is not a human, so he doesn't see things the way people do. He doesn't handle things the way people do. For example, church says gay people are not going to heaven. Did Jesus really say that, or did people say that and say he said it? They'll tell you gangbangers, a pimp, a hoe, a prostitute, a drug addict, sinners in general are not going to heaven. Here's my thing. When you get up there, if you get up there, because there's a lot of people that's going to keep redoing this until they get it right just to get in there. And you finally get up there, and all the people you say are not going to heaven, you see in there, how are you going to feel? Then you're going to be asking, like, Jesus, I thought you said that you don't, why are all these people that you said shouldn't be in here? Jesus is going to tell you simply, I'm not a human, so I don't see things like y'all see them. Y'all want me to have vengeance, I won't have. You want me to have forgiveness, you want me to have unforgiveness, I won't give. You want me to hold grudges, I don't hold. It's you that wants to be angry. It's you that wants to not forgive. It's you that wants revenge. It's you that wants to shed somebody's blood. It's you that wants to send someone to hell. Not me. So because I don't believe in that, y'all do, and y'all try to make me look like I believe in it, which I don't. Then he's like, how can you tell someone where they are or are not going when they pass? First of all, you didn't make heaven and you didn't make hell. So how are you going to tell somebody where they're going when they pass? Has the Bible went to heaven? Has the Bible went to hell? So how can the Bible tell you where you're going when you pass? You never went to heaven or hell. So how can you tell somebody they're going somewhere that you never been to? A lot of y'all don't even know what y'all believe in is heaven or hell. Y'all going to send someone there. Really? Because here's the thing. I'm going to say this. Again. Same thing that's wrong with the church is the same thing that's wrong with the world. That the church is supposed to fix but didn't. There's a lot of scarred people, both church and world. People in the world are scarred by life experience. People in the church are scarred by sacrilege, or sacred religion, scarred religion, scared religion, whatever. Then it's funny, people in church tell you, oh, all these people don't come to church, and they made this excuse that, oh, they don't want to get judged. Oh, they don't want to be talked about. That's an excuse so they don't got to come to church. Is that what you're going to tell God on your judgment day, that you didn't come to church because you didn't want to get judged? That's the dumbest I ever heard. You mean to tell me you're saying someone is going to go to hell because they don't go to church because they don't want to get judged? So you're technically saying people in church judging each other, that's okay. That's what you're saying. See, here's my thing. When you do see Jesus, when you pass, Jesus is going to ask you, before you go into heaven, do you truly know me? Do you truly know what I'm about? Do you truly understand my teachings? And when you're on earth, did you live them out? Simple as that. Not gonna be no scary, horrifying. No, no, it's not gonna be none of that. Jesus is just gonna simply say, and say for example, you're a pastor that taught wrong. He'll simply just say, here's the truth, now learn. And a lot of things, when a lot of people learn the truth about Jesus, they are not the same. And a lot of them are kind of angry. Not so much angry at him, but angry at the people that taught him all them lies for so many years. And you think that Jesus will smite people down for teaching people wrong. Nope. He's going to let you be the one to get deceived, or see if you have enough willpower to go and find the truth for yourself with his leadership. Because trust me, this world is a gigantic lie that looks true. Yeah, it's possible to spell truth with lies. It's possible. And here's the other thing. There's a lot of people going to church who claim that they go to church because they love God. Now, when you pass and you see them, is that love going to be love, or is that love going to be fear? Because it appears to me a lot of people say, I go to church because I love God. I go to church because I love God. Do you really, or are you just saying that? Because there's a lot of people that go to church that think they're going because they love God, but realistically they fear him. And again, I do say, people say, oh, the fear of God is the beginning of knowledge. No, it's not. The fear of God is the beginning of fearing everything. Now, here's the thing. You hear the word knowledge, or knowledge, or no edge? No stopping point. The edge. There's no edge. You keep going. You don't fall off at no point. You go. No edge. Knowledge. Keep going. Learn more. Figure out more. Find out more. There's no end. No edge. No ledge. Knowledge. Everything in this life is no ledge, knowledge, no edge, no end. You have to learn every way of life, whether you think it's right or you don't. Because the thing is, this entire world is a learning experience. Here's the thing. It's either you decide to learn everything or be stuck in one mindset, one tiny, tiny mindset. One. But the sad truth is, a lot of people are taught, if you look outside of this book of religion, you will go to hell. If you believe in any other religion but the one you're a part of, you'll go to hell. You step outside of any beliefs that you're used to, you will go to hell. Just like before. I'm not going to say who, but someone told me that their one friend had got sick, and they said they believed it because he went from the Bible to the book of Enoch and in the Torah. And he got punished for looking in books he shouldn't have been looking in. People fail to realize the Bible is the Quran and the Torah put together. Torah is the Old Testament, the Quran is the new version of the Bible. So I'm just saying. How do I know? Simple. Torah is before the time of Jesus. Bible is after him. Quran, somewhere when he was on earth. You combine two different time periods. Y'all say looking in the Torah is a bad thing. First of all, Torah was written by Jews. Jesus was a Jew. So how is looking in the Torah a bad thing? Quran, that was inspired by God, given to Gabriel to give to Muhammad to make the Nation of Islam. Or, yeah. So how was that a bad thing? Book of Enoch was inspired by God to give to Enoch because he showed Enoch visions of the future. And let me explain this to you. That's because people don't understand it. Book of Enoch has a lot to do with the truth of everything on pretty much everything. Like, for example, the biggest mystery of does God exist? Look in the book of Enoch. You'll figure that out. Why you go to church? Look in the book of Enoch. Why you tithe? Why you read the Bible? Why you pray? Look in the book of Enoch. You'll figure all that out. And here's the biggest mystery people still ain't been able to figure out. The biggest mystery is the wheels of Ezekiel. And I forget, was it John or Peter that was on the island of Patmos or whatever? And God showed him a vision of the two wheels of Ezekiel in the sky. And it says it was a wheel and a wheel. And eyes went around about the outside. And one wheel spun and so did the other one. One was bigger, one was smaller. And people fail to realize all that simply means is the universe turning in time, and God's will, which is the bigger one, turning, which represents God's will being done. Smaller will represents man's will being done, and the eyes represent God's eyes on both, watching them both be done. So, like I said, when you get to understand what the word knowledge means, then you'll understand why you should be outside the Bible or the Quran or the Torah or whatever. And that word fear, have y'all looked into what the word fear means? Fear means scare. Fear means horror, horrified, torturous. People say fearing God is the beginning of knowledge. So you mean to tell me you're scared to go past the Bible because you fear what God will do to you if you do? Because that's what it means. You fear learning anything outside of a book because you're afraid God will smite you. Just like, for example, the Ark of the Covenant. It was taught that God created the Ark of the Covenant and, brought it down to earth so that mankind could, communicate with him, because, God can't be in sin because he's pure, sin's corrupt. Two things can't go together like that. So he assigned certain people to carry it around. And when they didn't carry it a certain way, or it fell and they touched it, they died. God killed them, basically, is what it said. Here's the thing. Ark of the Covenant's a material thing. God's not going to take that seriously. He's just using that as a way to communicate with you. If you touch it wrong, he ain't going to care. It's an object. He don't give a damn. And the two angels on it with the wings tipping together, those are seraphims. God's lead angels, the highest of the high, the ones that sit around him. Yeah. And another thing is, I should just make this understood. When you do go to heaven, and you get in there, like I said, you're going to see all the people you said were going to heaven. Here's the thing. And I highly recommend you watch this movie if you don't believe in God forgiving everybody. The movie's called The Shack. Look that up, The Shack. It'll teach you a lot about God's real nature. It'll teach you a whole lot. Hold up. And the thing is, most definitely, here's what you need to understand about this whole situation. First of all, people that take their own life, they're either in heaven or they're in the fields of Eden waiting to renew their life, come back to her and find their meaning so they can pass away peacefully. Jesus is not going to send them to hell because he understands why they did what they did. When you battle things on earth, some people are not made to, and it's too much, so they take their life. He gets that. This life's hard. Everyone's not built like a brick wall. Some people are, some people are not. He gets that. Next thing is, people that harm innocent children, whether it's physically, mentally, or sexually, Jesus ain't gonna send them to hell. They gotta go to the catacombs though, so they can make that right. But then they go up there, he forgives them in heaven. All that. Pimps, hoes, convicts, killers, dealers, prostitutes, pimps, all that stuff. Gangbangers, all them people. They are up in heaven, all of them. Did they need to go to church? Get dipped in water? All they had to simply say was, God, I'm sorry, forgive me. And he's like, all right, I forgive you. Well, let's see what you do. So for those who keep saying, oh, this person's going to hell, that person's going to hell, only our religion's going to heaven, let me break this down for you. Heaven is an equal balance. It's a place of forgiveness. Why is Jesus sitting on the throne of mercy if he's not merciful to people who do wrong? People say he sits on the great white throne of judgment. No. Great white throne of mercy. Is he waiting to judge you? Harshly? But justifiably? Yep. Is he going to, you did this wrong, you did this wrong, I am disappointed, you failed me, get out of my sight, go to, no. So go to hell. Nope. Simply put, go up there, he shows you your life, he's like, okay, you did this wrong, you did this wrong, you could have done this better, you could have done this better, but it's fine. You did a lot more right than you did wrong, so you're good. But then you also got Satan, who's gonna be up there trying to pull up every bad thing you ever did. He'll be telling Heavenly Father, "Oh, Heavenly Father, remember when he or she or they did this, 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 and this?" And Heavenly Father's like, "Yes, but I forgave them because they didn't know what they were doing." And it's because Satan can't get back in heaven, or at least he thinks he can, he's going to do everything in his power to make sure you don't get in there. So that's why it's important that you do more good than bad down here, so that way when you finally pass away, your judgment day is a lot easier to deal with. Seriously. God's not striking, he's not smiting, he's not pissed, he's not angry. He just wants you to understand, you did this wrong, you did this right. This could have been done better, but it's cool, I understand. And what was the other thing I was going to say? It'll come back to me. Alright, I don't know.